CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Brendan Purdy.
What do we want? When do we want it? Now!
Tonight on CTV News, students stand up for teachers. Kids walk out of classrooms across Alberta. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Thousands of students from dozens of schools across our province walked out of class today in protest of Bill 2. The legislation uses the notwithstanding clause to impose a contract and force teachers back into the class. As CTV's Evan Kenny reports, students say their schools need to change.
On the second day back to school, hundreds of students walked out, rallying at the legislature in support of their teachers.
We are the future of Alberta. We are the future workers. We're the future doctors. We're the future lawyers.
They need to hear us. They need to see us. They need to listen.
These students say they know what issues schools are facing because they're in the classrooms every day.
I'm rushing to class just to get a desk. I shouldn't have to come to class early to get a desk.
I urge the government to just spend like a week in the schools and see what's going on.
What do we want? When do we want it? Now!
Across the city at the Alberta Teachers Association building, many students say the same.
We just really want to show our teachers that we see them and we support them and we're not standing for this injustice that they're going against.
We stand with students all over Alberta, from elementary to grade 12.
Legislation forcing teachers back to school was passed early Tuesday morning using the notwithstanding clause. The province said this was to ensure no further harm is done to Alberta students.
We have 740,000 students, and I know there were a couple hundred here today, but I think the vast majority want to continue on with their schooling and return to normal as best as possible.
In a statement, ATA President Jason Schilling says students are the ones who are directly affected by what's going on in classrooms. Organizing walkouts shows how much they care about their own education. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
A strike vote is underway for more than 16,000 Alberta healthcare workers. The group of workers include licensed practical nurses and healthcare aides. Contract talks between the Alberta Union of Provincial Employees and Alberta Health Services broke down earlier this month. The union is asking for increased wages to reflect an increased workload.
We're talking about a public service that is being underfunded for years, and currently in a chaotic situation, and that's why our members have had enough, and they're ready to take their fight to the street if this government doesn't recognize the importance of the work that they do.
AHS says it respects the collective bargaining process and it remains at the table, committed to negotiating a fair and reasonable agreement. An animal rescue agency in Valley View, 3 hours northwest of Edmonton, has surrendered hundreds of cats and dogs to the RCMP. Police aren't naming the shelter as charges haven't been laid yet. They tell CTV with so many animals in need of medical treatment and transport, they needed help from more than a dozen animal welfare agencies.
Making sure that there was vets to check all these animals before they went to the other shelters, and then these animals had other locations to go to that were safe and where they could recover as well.
The Alberta Animal Rescue Crew Society coordinated the recovery effort along with its national counterpart. A spokesperson says it was mostly dogs and cats, but the shelter operation also surrendered a rabbit, horses, ponies, and cattle. Kaylee McClellan says workers had to euthanize several animals on site because of the distress that they were in.
It's really unfortunate to see a lot of people go into rescue with the best of intentions, and it's unfortunate to see when these are the situations that we come out with. It's tough.
The dogs and cats are being taken care of by various animal welfare agencies across our province. ARCS has a list of them on its website if you're interested in an adoption. McClellan says most will go to foster homes at first to help address any behavioral or trust issues that they may have. The horses and other livestock are also being looked after. They'll either be adopted or sent to a sanctuary. An overnight house fire in Belgravia is the second fire in the neighborhood this week. Edmonton Fire says it happened just before 11 o'clock last night near 74th Ave and 118 A Street. It took firefighters nearly 6 hours to extinguish the flames. The home appears to be either under renovation or a new build. Earlier this week, a construction site in the same neighborhood was engulfed in flames. Edmonton police say it's investigating that fire as well. It says it's too early to draw a link between the two. The Alberta Sheriff's Police Service is closer to becoming operational. Public Safety Minister Mike Ellis tabled Bill 4 in the legislature earlier today. If passed, it would mean ASPS officers would be represented by a police association instead of a union if they choose to bargain collectively. Ellis says the labor framework is needed to support the service's operation and recruitment.
You will see that police officers, once those folks who are peace officers who will go through the training and to become police officers, they will, of course, be compensated somewhere consistent with other police services in the province of Alberta.
Bill 4 also includes amendments to prevent future delays in accessing information through Clare's Law, which helps protect people at risk of domestic violence. A woman charged with first-degree murder in connection to a deadly shooting next to an Edmonton playground will stay behind bars until her trial. It happened in August of 2023 in broad daylight next to the Eastwood Park playground with families nearby. A 33-year-old man was shot and killed. At the time, police say it was a targeted shooting. This afternoon, a justice denied bail for Telsa Cardinal. Her co-accused also remains in custody. The pair are scheduled to go on trial early next year. Canadian tourism is booming. New data shows summer travel numbers have hit an all-time high, thanks in large part to increased domestic spending. As CTV's Tim Brook explains, Canadians are out exploring, especially here in Alberta.
From California to the Calgary Tower, these American tourists have spent the last week seeing some amazing Canadiana.
Why not Calgary? It's a large city. It's very cool. We actually started by the Icefield Parkway, and we saw awesome views, and we thought, okay, that's great nature. Now let's come to a civilized area.
And new numbers show it's not just here. Destination Canada says the national tourism sector generated $59 billion between May and August this year. That's up 6% over last summer and a new record.
It's more than just the numbers, though. It's actually about what that is doing for the economy and how that's actually affecting people's businesses. So that means businesses are thriving. People are making money here.
Even after last year's record high, visitors to Alberta have so far increased 9% this year.
Because Alberta's on the map, word's out. Secrets out. Everybody wants to come to our backyard, and we're, open and welcome and would love to have them.
Destination Canada says all that travel has meant big things for accommodation providers. National hotel occupancy reached almost 81% in August, the highest it's been since 2014.
And it's been driven a lot by the Prime Minister's announcement earlier this year about the Canada Strong Pass, and that alone helped drive increased, vehicular traffic into Calgary.
A pass extension is coming, and many Canadians are still boycotting American travel, so many in the industry believe more people are on the way. Tim Brook, CTV News, Calgary.
Ontario is taking steps towards the potential creation of a new energy corridor and pipeline from Western Canada.
It's a feasibility study. The conversation is just beginning, but we can't wait. We've got to move quickly on all opportunities to build this corridor for a Made in Canada solution. It'll open up the north, and it's good news for all provinces and all territories.
The study will explore the benefits of building oil and gas pipelines from both Alberta and Saskatchewan to both new and existing refineries out in Ontario. The government says the proposal will unlock new markets for Canada's energy resources while reducing dependence on the United States. After a couple of false starts, Canadian shopping staple Zellers has opened its doors inside Edmonton's Londonderry Mall. It was a welcome event for people anxious to catch a glimpse of what's inside. CTV's Merrick Takash reports.
Deanna Miller was among dozens of people waiting for Zellers to open its doors this morning.
I'm here because I used to work at Zellers a long, long time ago, and just curious to see what they're going to be doing with it this time.
Zellers now occupies 60,000 square feet of Londonderry Mall, where the Hudson's Bay used to be.
Many customers are very nostalgic and have fond memories of the Zellers brand.
Customers like Miller, who worked at Zellers in Ontario for 3 years.
I think it's nostalgia, yeah, and people have missed it. The cheaper stores, somebody to give Zeller or Walmart competition.
This store will be missing some of the features of the old Zellers. It won't have a toy section, pharmacy, or a restaurant. Instead, the focus is on clothing and housewares, filling some of the void left behind by Hudson's Bay.
Customers were really sad to see the Hudson's Bay go, along with other department stores like Sears. But we are so excited that Zellers will be opening up their store here to bring a modern take on the department store concept.
This is the first Zellers to reopen in Canada, marking a welcome return to retail for some shoppers.
This mall needs it too, to bring people in, keep it going.
Merrick Takash, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Toronto Blue Jays are one win away from winning the World Series, something they haven't done since 1993. Now, their postseason run has gotten fans across our country buzzing. That also includes a well-known Oilers fan who's going back and forth cheering on his teams. CTV's Nair Manisa brings us that story.
Woo! How you doing? It's Superfan Magoo. Blue Jays, we love you!
Blair Gladue, known commonly as Superfan Magoo, is no stranger when it comes to big celebrations.
Let's go Blue Jays!
Hockey fans are familiar with Superfan Magoo. He's a staple at Edmonton Oilers games and events. This month, he's been going back and forth between cheering on his Oilers and his Blue Jays.
They're in the World Series. They're up 3-2 and have a chance to win it in Canada. Whoa, man! Every emotion's running through the body right now.
Gladue was a teenager the last time the Jays won the World Series. He says he's still in disbelief thinking about this postseason run.
You just get emotional thinking of all of Canada behind the Blue Jays. Oh, I'm going to get emotional here thinking of they have a chance to win this at home.
Local fans thinking about flying to Toronto to catch the game in person are in for a sticker shock. On Ticketmaster, the lowest priced resale ticket starts at around $2,000 for one seat. Getting to Toronto to use that ticket will be tough. Direct flights before the game are either sold out or going to cost you at minimum $800.
Let's go Blue Jays! Let's go Blue Jays!
Gladue would have loved to be watching in person. Instead, he'll be handing out candy and watching the game.
And all Canadian fans at the end of the game, hopefully they're going, ow!
A different kind of treat on Halloween night. Nair Misa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Just ahead, they're one win away. The Jays return home just one win shy of becoming world champions. Plus, spooky season for your pets. Tips on keeping your pets happy and safe this Halloween.
We want Halloween to be fun for everybody, and of course that includes our pets.
And let's get a quick recap of what we can expect as we go through Halloween Friday and around the Edmonton area. Looking pretty nice this year. The city certainly had much colder Halloweens, that's for sure. In the morning, we should expect temperatures to start off at least a few degrees below the freezing mark. But by noon, on the plus side of the scale, close to 5 degrees by noon. And then headed towards a high temperature near 10 degrees as those southeast winds continue to pick up. And that's maybe the one thing you want to be aware of for Halloween afternoon and evening this year. The winds are going to be be on the gusty side. Some of the gusts between 30 and 50 kilometers per hour.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Monday on CTV Edmonton, a new series, The Crime Tapes.
Just stay there. We'll find you. We will. I'll find you.
An Edmonton man's public promise to find his pregnant wife, all while police had him under close watch inside the 2005 investigation of Michael White. Monday.
Welcome back. There's an air of confidence in Toronto today. While the Jays had a workout late this afternoon, fans were also getting ready for Game 6. CTV's Allison Hurst has more.
On the first pitch of the game,
with a fly ball to deep left.
Davis Schneider hit it out of the park.
No way! No way!
And no one loved it more than his dad.
His meta glasses are they're kind of dumb. I don't know why he wears those all the time, but yeah, those are the glasses he was wearing. But it's great to have my family out here.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. up next, doubled down.
And 2 batters in, they are up 2-0.
Back-to-back home runs to start Game 5.
Oh my God, big win. Babe Schneider, Vladdy Daddy. Plakata. Oh my gosh. The first time ever in a World Series. Back-to-back home runs to start a game. It's crazy. I can't believe this right now.
But perhaps the biggest storyline of Game 5, starting pitcher 22-year-old Trey Yesavage and his dominance on the mound, setting a new World Series rookie record with 12 strikeouts.
The guy's only 22 years old, and he's playing at, super high level. This is, unheard of. Stuff legends are made of.
Yesavage silenced the star-studded Dodgers offense, holding them to just one solo home run.
It's a crazy world. Hollywood couldn't have made it this good.
It's a different pitcher when he has his stuff. Game 1 didn't have a feel for his split, so I'm kind of blown away at what he did.
Also making his former pitching coach proud.
This is an unprecedented outing in a lot of ways, but, specifically with Trey being 22 and only being in the big leagues for 6 weeks, it's honestly one of the best outings, I think, in postseason or World Series history.
The Jays are turning their attention to Game 6, a rematch between Kevin Gausman and the Dodgers' Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who in Game 2 pitched a complete game.
Yamamoto does seem like he's a little bit, but I think it might be because we haven't played the Dodgers that much. So now that we've seen him running, there might be a plan to make sure something happens for Game 6.
Blake and Austin de Nobrega have big plans for Game 6.
My friend will be over for a sleepover with me, so I hope we can watch them win on Friday.
Watch it for the sleepover?
Yeah. I think we're gonna end trick-or-treating early so that we can go back and watch it.
And hope the Jays win the Fall Classic in the 6th. Allison Hurst, CTV News, Toronto.
Countdown on to Game 6. It's also on to Halloween, and local veterinarians want to make sure everyone in the family has a good time. CTV's Gates Guarin has more on how to keep your pets safe and comfortable on what can be a stressful night.
Costume treat seekers will soon be going door to door to get their fill. But chocolate and candy left in reach of pets could end up doing some serious harm.
There's a sugar molecule called xylitol that when ingested can cause severe low blood sugar in dogs, can even cause them to have a seizure.
Veterinarian Marie Hollowaychuk says it's best to keep candy bags off the floor where curious dogs and cats can't get to them. That doesn't mean they can't have a Halloween treat of their own.
Plain pumpkin, unpainted, unglitter, no wax. You can puree that and give your animal a little treat because that is what they like a lot.
Candy isn't the only thing that could upset our pets. Costumes, decorations, and noises of people coming and going can be overwhelming. Brenda Leonard with Scars says the best way to help is by creating a safe space in your home.
It's really best if you can keep your animals away from the door in a nice room, set them up with maybe TV or radio going and some treats in there until all the commotion is finished with.
And if your pet is getting in on the costumes, find one that's lightweight and doesn't block their vision to keep them comfortable. If your pet is tagging along trick-or-treating, both Leonard and Hollowaychuk say to make sure they have ID and are chipped and to keep dogs on a leash.
We want Halloween to be fun for everybody, and of course that includes our pets. So we want this to be enjoyable.
And remembering just a few tips can make Halloween not just fun for pets, but safe too. Gates Gorin, CTV News, Edmonton.
When we return, honoring our loved ones, how Edmontonians are celebrating Day of the Dead.
I used to do it with my grandparents, and now I'm doing it with my kids.
Friday on your morning, we get you ready for what's shaping up to be a warm Halloween day. Plus, if you want some last-minute costume inspiration, Metal Band Guar will join ahead of their Edmonton show.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by Superheroes and Blockbusters with your Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Learn more at winspearcenter.com.
Thank you, and I figured a good place to start would be to talk about the weather conditions expected for the rest of tonight, and then, of course, Halloween Friday. So around Edmonton tonight, mainly clear, though areas to the east and northeast of the city could be getting into some dense fog. So first thing tomorrow morning and late tonight, be careful about some areas of reduced visibility. Visibility should be improving heading into tomorrow afternoon, which does start off pretty sunny and around Edmonton as we head towards a high temperature near 10 degrees. Now, after that, late afternoon to evening, it's increasing cloudiness. And mind the winds for tomorrow. By the afternoon into the evening hours, we'll start to get into some peak gusts of between 30 and 50 kilometers per hour. So it does turn gusty. Let's take a look then at our futurecast, which is looking at cloud cover and precipitation. You can see all this flat gray in the east and northeast of the province. That's the model trying to pick up on the presence of that fog around, and that's why it dissipates as we make our way into the afternoon as that fog begins to clear. Now, later on Friday, we'll see cloud cover increase from the west of us, and that is accompanied by a chance of showers for northern areas of Alberta. So there might be a little bit of wet weather for trick-or-treating plans Friday evening for that particular part of the province. After that, it's some clearing heading into Saturday morning, and then cloud cover starts to return Saturday afternoon, and that is ahead of a light mixture of some rain and some wet snow that's expected to move in Saturday evening, night, and into early Sunday morning. Morning temperatures, in most cases, will still be at least a few degrees below the freezing mark, though as that southeast wind picks up, they are going to recover quite a bit as we head into the early afternoon, so that we have high temperatures tomorrow across many areas of northern Alberta, between 4 and 7 degrees. Edmonton getting up to around 10, 11 for Red Deer for tomorrow, Calgary at 9 degrees, even a little bit milder at Lethbridge, 13, and 12 in the forecast for Medicine Hat. Let's take a look at the details of the extended forecast. So at the start of next week, as a quick reminder, of course, clock's going back on Sunday of this weekend. Fair weather start to next week. Cooler temperatures for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. One day you want to keep eyes on the forecast is Thursday. Potential for colder air to be in place. At the same time, some moisture moves in over the Rocky Mountains. So potential for some snow on Thursday of next week. After that, it's some clearing through the end of the week and into the start of the upcoming weekend. Temperatures on the chilly side.
Members of Edmonton's Latino community are preparing to honor their loved ones this weekend during Day of the Dead. As CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti reports, a local mariachi band is using music to showcase the spirit of remembrance.
Dancers and Mariachi Loco are gearing up to celebrate Dia de los Muertos, also known as Day of the Dead.
I used to do it with my grandparents, and now I'm doing it with my kids, and that's how culture and traditions move forward. So we wanted to do it in our city.
We've been spending so many months working, making everything, put everything together, and I'm just really excited to finally live it.
The Mexican holiday is celebrated between November 1st and 2nd. It's a time to honor and remember loved ones who have died.
It's not only, a great celebration, but it's also a way to heal those wounds as an immigrant as well, being so far away from home.
The 9-piece ensemble is performing at Westbury Theatre on Saturday. Lead singer Areni Perez hopes to bring the Day of the Dead alive in the city through art.
This is how I can express myself through music and dance, and it was very important for me to bring people together to showcase Mexican culture.
Choreographer Alicia Ortega says her Canadian husband's mom died 10 years ago and had previously missed the anniversary.
I told him not to be worried because that's why we have Dia de los Muertos, so we can remember all of them.
in a very loving way.
Mariachi Loco is a mixture of ethnicities, Mexican, Salvadorian, Peruvian, and Canadian. They hope their music connects the audience with their culture.
They may not understand what we're singing about, but they do connect with the music, and that's what brings us together at the end of the day.
Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
That's all from us on this Thursday night. Thanks for wrapping up your day with us here on CTV Edmonton. As always, we appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, take care and goodbye for now.